I mean, did you see that? There's totally a white flash over there. Hello everybody, I'm Krista-Lee Malone and this is the Technophiles Newscast. Today I'm here with an update on the SpaceX investigation into the Falcon 9 explosion, which is now considering that sabotage may have been a factor. But before we get to the juicy stuff, let me give you a little background for those of you who may not be up to speed. Over Labor Day weekend, SpaceX was going to launch the Falcon 9 rocket, which was going to take the Amos 6 communication satellite up into space. A few days before that, on September 1st, they were refueling the rocket and they were preparing to do an engine test. However, before that test could happen, there was maybe an explosion, although we're not sure. On Twitter, Elon Musk has said that it was a flash fire and not an explosion. However, there's also a quiet bang before the fireball is seen, and we don't yet have an explanation on what that was. Now, this satellite was actually quite important for all of our social media friends out there because this is the one that Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook was going to use to bring internet access to regions of sub-Saharan Africa who have limited or no internet access. All right, so everything I just covered is basically what we know for sure. However, the investigation is ongoing, so now I'm going to talk a little bit about what we're speculating. And by we, I don't mean me, I mean the investigators. The investigation is being led by SpaceX, but they are also getting help from the FAA, the Air Force, and NASA. Now, as many of you know, there is footage of this explosion on the internet, and that quiet bang I mentioned earlier, that is in the video, in addition to, and this is where it gets juicy, an unexplained shadow and a white spot on a nearby building. This is what people are thinking may be a question of sabotage in whatever happened during this explosion. Now, interestingly, this building is being leased by the ULA, and they are a fierce competitor of SpaceX. The ULA is a joint venture between Lockheed Martin and Boeing. So this investigation's been going on for over a month now, obviously, and they've been very open about it. In fact, SpaceX released video of the explosion, and at this point, you can pretty much find this video everywhere on the internet. Everywhere, because it's like cats. Explosions and cats, that's what the internet's for? Okay, right, so now I gotta set up the building. So it turns out the video footage is being tied in with this possibility of sabotage. If you go to the video and you look at the right-hand side of the frame, in the corner there's a building. And if you look really closely, you're gonna see a shadow that we're not sure where that came from. And there's also this white spot that's there just before the fireball erupts. Now, SpaceX actually tried sending an investigator over to this building, but they were denied access. See, this building is being leased by the ULA, the United Launch Alliance. This is a joint venture between Boeing and Lockheed Martin, and they are SpaceX's biggest competitor. Now, this is not to say the ULA was being unreasonable. Honestly, if my biggest competitor came and said, I would like to look around your building, I might also say no. So what they did is they let the Air Force investigators come in and investigate the roof where this spot was seen. Now, the Air Force investigators did not find anything to suggest that this building or the ULA had anything to do with the explosion. Which doesn't mean it wasn't sabotage, it just means we don't think they did it. Maybe. Or from the roof, at least. Or at least they cleaned up afterwards. Because this was actually a couple of weeks after the explosion. In all seriousness, the Air Force did not find anything, and I am not accusing the ULA. I am making a joke. It's called clickbait. Thank you. Even though the Air Force investigators rule out sabotage from this particular piece of data, Elon Musk is not ruling out sabotage in general. However, at the moment, the investigation is actually focusing on a potential problem with the second stage helium system. So with the investigation still open, we actually don't know if this was sabotage or not. It might have been something else. In the meantime, Elon Musk has gone to Twitter and asked for your help. If anyone has video of the explosion, Elon Musk asks that you email it to him so they can use it as another data point. If you have theories on how the Falcon 9 exploded, we'd love to hear about them. You can comment below or tweet us at TechnophilesPod. Or if you just want to talk about how great Elon Musk is, tweet me at GamerAnthro. Of course, as always, you can find us on our website at www.technophilespodcast.com. See you next week. I've been in a very dancey mood all day. Like, I was literally dancing, listening to Twitch while putting on my makeup this morning. I don't know why.
It's Snapchat's best book, good first story. 3D printed hyper elastic foam.